Spectacular Yosemite, a 12,000 square mile natural wonderland known for its waterfalls and bears, but which also boasts beautiful meadows, wondrous peaks and valleys, an abundance of wildlife, and many places to witness the gentle ebb and deadly flow of the Merced River. Today is our first full day in Yosemite. The bummer is we're going to have to cut into our day a little bit and move camp. It's really difficult to get 2 consecutive nights within the valley if you're camping, especially during the summer. Peak season, we got online at 7 o'clock, and by 7 o'clock in 5 seconds, everything was taken. But we'll move. But the next day, with a little luck and a 4-hour line ordeal, we managed to get into Camp 4, the fabulously located walk-in camp popular with climbers and car-loving bears, which is run like a medium-security prison. If you want a spot there, especially during peak season, get there early. They're not supposed to, but almost everyone is holding spots in line, so 20 people in front of us at 7 turned into 50 by 8:30. Grr. There are a lot of wonderful little secret places that you can find in Yosemite. This I wouldn't exactly call a secret, but it's not a very well-known beach, and it's absolutely perfect. The word Yosemite means, among them there are killers. Charming. It's a bastardized Native American word used to describe the Awanichi, whose name I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, and who lived in Yosemite for thousands of years before they were violently displaced by European settlers sometime in the mid-1800s. Once a treacherous journey by horseback or stagecoach, Yosemite is now visited by nearly 4 million people each year. Yosemite has over 60 properties listed on the National Register of Historic Places, including Camp 4, which was included for its significance in rock climbing. I'm out here by the Lower Yosemite Falls, and I'm really wet just because I've been standing in the mist. It's an amazing, powerful force, creating wind and water just everywhere. It's so cool. Yosemite Falls is the tallest falls in North America, and I couldn't get enough of it. I know it doesn't look quite right when I flip the camera around, but you've got to see it whole. I mean, when that's blowing your hair back and getting your camera wet, you feel alive. And worried about your electronics. The valley is just a tiny part of Yosemite National Park, but it is by far the most popular. For first-time visitors, it's a must-see, and a great place to become oriented with the history and beauty all around you. They offer various complimentary activities, including museums, movies, and guided photography tours.
I try not to have the trees higher than the ridge of whatever rock I'm shooting. Now, right here.
Both the museum and visitors center in the valley house comprehensive exhibits which show the evolution of Yosemite from its Native American beginnings to worldwide tourist destination. I was interested to learn that our military men were the original rangers. Until 1913, the U.S. Army, including around 500 Buffalo soldiers, took care of Sequoia and Yosemite. They laid down the blueprint for modern-day park management. Shortly after demilitarizing care of the park, World War I was underway and there was difficulty finding park rangers. It was here in 1918 that Claire Marie Hodges became the first female ranger, prominently adding herself to the list of many pioneering women in Yosemite. Near the museum is the old cemetery. The headstones range from the very vague and simple to detailed and ornate. It's an historic moment of reflection, and a good reminder to be wary of horses and the river. One of the things outside of the valley that you simply must do is visit Glacier Point. Right behind me is the beautiful Nevada Falls. Right below that is Vernal Falls, which I don't think you can see right now, but I can. And we're right by the geography exhibit, just yards away from Glacier Point. Glacier Point is about an hour drive from Yosemite Valley itself, but it's well worth your trip, and the views are astonishing. So that wasn't my best take, but I could not cut the dancing kid. Anyway, Make sure that you get to Glacier Point. It will offer you a view of every iconic scene within Yosemite National Park. Right before Glacier Point is Washburn Point, and even though it's not as much of a panoramic view as you get from Glacier Point, the view of the waterfalls is beautiful. It's worth stopping here too. I can't recommend this trip enough. Just please remember to use caution and common sense while exploring this magical place.